Okay, so we are doing some press-ons now. This is my favorite D&D base. It's like super pink. It is $8.90 with D&D, and I'm gonna flash it up on the screen, the little bottle, that way you can see it. I ended up doing not 390, 890. Three thin coats of this on the tips. I'm doing a medium almond set. These gel tips are the Arpre brand. I really like them, but in the grand scheme of things, tips are tips, And people are like, oh, these are stronger than the other ones. It really doesn't matter. After you put all the stuff on it, they're fine. They're fine, honestly. So, like I said, I did three thin coats of this on both hands. Now, this is a medium set, so medium will be sizes 1, 5, 4, 5, 8. And I'm just using the medium chart. I actually found it on Pinterest. They have a lot of stuff. Now you see me going over with a matte top coat from Koopa. And the reason I'm using a matte top coat is because I'm going to airbrush. I'm going to actually use the Airtex, the Air Gel airbrush gel polish. Well, not really a gel polish, but the airbrush gel. And the reason I put a matte top coat over it first is because actually airbrush is smoother, less problems. So cure it, and then the Airtex. I'm going to put the bottle up here so you guys can see what it looked like. I do not mix hand pieces. So this hand piece that you see me using right here is only for the Air Gel by Airtex. And I cure in between coats. I ended up doing, I think, 2 thin coats. But you could do more if you like, if you wanted it darker. I did not want it super dark, but I am going to end up doing like some chrome techniques over top of it. So I kind of wanted to get it like nice and bold, just because that chrome is going to, soften it up a little bit and mute it out. So definitely had to be cognizant of that when I was airbrushing. And you can cure set this for like 10 seconds. Now you see me putting a top gloss on it because I'm going to do chrome. This top gloss is from Express Claws. I make sure I hit all the edges to make sure we get chrome every single spot. We do not want to fool around with that. It's really a good top coat too. So you end up curing this for 10 seconds. Nope, 20 seconds. And then we're going to burnish some like gold pearly chrome onto the nails. I ended up getting this chrome from Aliexpress. I'm going to link everything in the description just so you guys can grab it too. And I was excited about this because this is a giant thing of chrome from Aliexpress, which is probably why I'm being kind of messy because I got a bunch of it. Anyways, I think you might have seen this in my haul video when I did an Aliexpress haul. Now, this is the part I'm most excited about. It is this angel mold. Love it. Now, I was trying to choose between the Milky White from Nail Thoughts by Cocoist and this like shimmer build in a bottle from AliExpress, also by Cody. I ended up going with that one because one, it's a build in a bottle, so it's thick. Two, it had like a little shimmer in it, like a little pearlized shimmer, and I really like that. I'm going to use my liner brush, and I'm just going to keep checking to make sure that I'm getting the gel down into all of the crevices of the mold. I ended up doing 2 of these because I was going to I put it on the thumbs. It is a little staticky, if that makes sense. So I was getting like some gel strings, but I just used this liner brush, and I have a daughter tool that I got from Express Claws, like a needle tool. So I'd use the ballpoint end of that because it's got a ballpoint end and a pointy end. I didn't want to use the pointy end because I don't want to stab my mold and then make an additional crevice that has to be filled with gel, right? No, so don't do that. So using the ballpoint end, or if you have just a regular daughter, you can use that. And then I just keep filling it and making sure I'm getting the air bubbles out. And then you see me flipping it over, checking, and then trying to wipe the excess away as much as possible because I don't want to have to do that much cleanup at the end of the nails. Seriously. Back in with the striper brush, look at it. It looks pretty good. I cured it for 60 seconds total and 30 seconds on each side because I want to make sure it doesn't, like the light gets to everything, which is why the mold is clear. Because if it wasn't clear, the light wouldn't get it to everything and wouldn't be able to get cured. I am curing in a LED. Now, you see me buffing after I chrome this and then top coated it because I got the idea to stamp. And I'm going to stamp with some gel because I want to chrome on top of the stamp. I am using stamping, well, it's like a design gel for one stroke. And there's a lady by the name of Anna, and she sells this gel, right? So I put it on with my silicone tool, and then I scrape off the excess as much as possible. All right, and we're gonna use that later. And then I'm gonna scrape again with my scraper, and I'm gonna use my silicone stamp, roll it. It comes out so perfect. And then I'm gonna place it, and I stretch a little bit because the design wasn't as big as the nail, right? And then cure it for 20 seconds. And then this is a gold chrome. Now you rub it in. See, it just literally only sticks to where I stamped. And let's do the other one. Okay, so this is the remnants of me doing it again. I'm going to show you the cleanup. Had like some little extra pieces. No big deal. I used some tweezers. Then when that didn't get enough, I just went in with the scissors. Because I have like little design scissors. Scissors I use to cut nail forms and stuff. So I'll just cut off the little excess pieces. No big deal. It actually came out pretty good. It was pretty solid too. That's why I flip it over and cure on both sides because I want to make sure it's cured all the way through. Okay, so let's put it on a nail. We're going to grab some build in a bottle and I'm going to stick it to that. But then I realized that I made an error thinking that it could just stick super flat. It's got a little curve to it, which is great because the wings stick down on the nail, but it's leaving a gap space. So I had some gem gel from Aurora Nails, which is super, like it's a company from way back in the day. I don't know if you remember them, like early 2020. So I ended up putting that on the back of it, of the angel, and then sticking it in, making sure it was straight, and then curing that for 30 seconds. Because I'm going to end up curing it again. After that, I wanted to add some charms to the other nails. So this is Build in a Bottle by Koopa. I like it because it flexes. So my goal is, the more stuff you add on top of the press-on, especially if you're a new press-on maker, the more stuff you add on top, it will kind of get tight. So in order to avoid that, I like to use thin viscosity things, but still encapsulate stuff because these are gel press-ons done with all gel supplies. Now, I just wanted to show you that I did it again, and I ended up using the squeegee tool. Well, not a squeegee, but like the silicone tool to get all the excess from around. And that made it super easy to keep it cleaner than the last time. Then I went through and filled it just like I did before, using the striper brush and the needle tool to make sure it was in there, stretching the mold to make sure everything was in there. And then that's how that worked. Real simple. So anybody can do that. Okay, so now on these other ones, and you see me buffing it, I'm just basically removing the shine and not getting to the chrome because I ended up having this idea to put these other things on it after, and for something to stick to a shiny surface, it would come off, and then the client would be upset. So you have to go through and make it matte or buff it. All right, so I'm laying in some more charms, some pearls. I'm gonna add some bullion beads to this as well. I'm using my Crystal Katana. I really love this tool. It's often imitated but never duplicated. Like hers is the best gem picker tool, period. If you don't know who it is, it's from Kelly DeFreeze, and her company is called the Crystal Ninja. So going through, making sure everything is straight, adding bullion beads to the design, using the needle tool. Look how gross my crystal katana looks. That's from like using it and getting gel on it and stuff. I have an extra one waiting. I just need to break it out. So after I go through and make sure all of that is good, and then I'm going to pop that in the lap and cure it, and then we're just about done with this set. Oh, gotta add some more bullion beads. Sorry. You know, this is a voiceover. I'm not gonna hold you up. The voiceovers usually take me the most time, like other than editing. And really because, I don't know, sometimes I forget what I did. It's crazy. But I'm definitely gonna highlight everything I use at the bottom. Now, this is one of my cheat codes. Put a little bit of gym gel on a glove, essentially, or on a palette, and I'm just gonna go around grabbing the bullion beads, rolling it in the gel, and then pick it up with my striper brush and put it in place. Because sometimes those beads get out of hand. They think they're the boss of you, and you gotta show those beads who's the boss. And it's not the beads. It's you. It's you. It's a super big deal to me to make sure that everything is straight. Like I can't explain to you. Okay, pop that in the lamp. Let's do the next one. I ended up going with some rose charms that I got probably from Aliexpress. And I put the rose on there diagonal because I didn't really want it sticking up. And then I'm going to surround it with some more of these pearls, some more bullion beads. I'm going to place those in. It's going to come out real good. I just kind of layered them. Layer. And then add some bullion beads to it. Okay, so finally, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to top coat everybody and make sure everything is covered really good. Especially around the bullion beads and the pearls. I do like kind of wiggle it in there, make sure it's in there good. And then on the one with the angel, I really went around that, made sure I got gel top coat under everything. I cured everything for 60 seconds and then I went and cured this again. Only just to make sure that like the light was getting into all the little crevices where the angels are. And I really think they came out pretty good. Pretty darn good. So yeah, hitting all the angles with that top coat. And the completed cured final look is coming up. Let me know if you'll try these molds.